Hey, it's Ruben with Confluence Sports Cards. So I was thinking of what the heck I wanted to talk today about in my video. And I'm always curious whenever I meet other collectors of like what their origin story was. How did they become a collector? Was it the history of a sport? Did you play it? I know for me, it definitely wasn't the money. I didn't realize baseball cards were worth any money until maybe like fifth or sixth grade, and we had to like buy a book from like the sheet of several like kid books, and I saw one that said baseball card collecting kit. Now, I already had cards, but I was like, hey, they want me to buy a book. I'm going to go ahead and get this. And it came with like a price guide in it. And I remember looking through it and seeing cards. I was like, what? Those things are worth money? I think I have that. Now, my organizational skills at that time weren't quite what they are now. So I had to dig through literal piles of cards. And I was like, oh, okay. But I'm going to take you back in time to 1982. That is whenever I first remember opening up packs of cards. And within the 82 and then in the 83 set, there were like two little subsets that were part of the series or the set that I really gravitated to. I have no idea why. I thought they looked really cool, for a little kid. And I started seeking out those cards. So those were like the first things that I chased, so to speak. And they were the 1982 Topps in action cards and the 1983 Super Veteran cards. Now, again, I have no idea why I gravitated towards those things. To me, there's a big difference between 82 Topps. A lot of the photos that they took that year are grainy. And then you look at the 83 Topps, and they're more vibrant and clear. I'm curious to do a deep dive on what happened. Was there a bit of technology with a new camera? Was Topps just lazy in 82? I don't know. But enough of me blabbing. Let's go ahead, turn the camera around, and let's look at the reason why I started becoming a baseball card collector. Now, if you don't believe me that the cards that I'm about to show you were from my childhood collection, as you see here, clearly are the old ass 9-pocket binder pages that I pulled a lot of these cards out of. And I actually have one that still has the cards in it. So I loved these Future Stars cards. I don't know why. It just tickled my fancy. Okay. So, in action cards. This is not the first time that Topps did this. I believe they did it in 72. So the first card I'm going to show is Al Oliver with the Texas Rangers. Davy Lopes. George Foster. Willie Randolph. Joe Morgan. Larry Boa. The best mustache in the game, Raleigh Fingers. Dave Concepcion. Tom Seaver. Johnny Bench. Steve Carlton. Mike Schmidt. Pete Rose with his Peppermint Patty hairstyle. Ken Griffey. Greg Nettles. The Cobra, Dave Parker. So as you see, there's a mix of just stars of the day and future Hall of Famers. Daryl Porter. Bucky Bleepin' Dent. Got more hits than Rod Carew. Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry. Vida Blue. Ron Say. Steve Garvey. Fred Lynn. Don Sutton. Amos Otis. Mickey Rivers. The Goose, Rich Gossage. Jim Palmer. The Bull, Greg Lazinski. And the last one here, Bob Boone. Moving on to the 1983 Super Veteran cards. Pete Rose. I remember actually going to a card show, one of the first ones, and requesting to get all these. I always thought it was really cool seeing the photo of them whenever they were really young, and then what they looked like in modern times. Tommy John. Rusty Staub. Dave Kingman. Bruce Sutter, before the beard and with the beard. Greg Nettles. And I always thought it was cool seeing the original teams that some of these guys were on. Tug McGraw. Tom Seaver. He looks pissed in that photo. Jim Cott. Tony Perez. Bobby Mercer. Nolan Ryan. Sparky Lyle. Steve Carlton. Rod Carew. Lee May. Kent Tekulve. Ted Simmons. Raleigh Fingers. Joe Morgan. Al Oliver, Gene Garber, Don Sutton, Jim Palmer, Reggie Smith, Phil Niekro, Dave LaRoche, Fergie Jenkins, Gaylord Perry, Reggie Jackson, Mike Schmidt, Louis Tiant, and Goose Gossage. So I like to have a little viewer participation in this, and either in the comments or however you want to do it, whether it's a video, fax, carrier pigeon, I don't care. Let me know, what was the thing that really got you collecting, and what was the thing that really made you a collector whenever you started? Was it a subset like these? You know, was it seeing a game that brings you back nostalgia-wise? Let me know. So that's all I have. Thanks for stopping by.